I'm usually asked, why do I shoot in art galleries? I ask, why don't you shoot in art gallery? My first interesting interview with an artist.
Whenever I'm traveling, I just meet the people, talk to them, and then I put it across in my art also. I'm connecting people through my work.
There is a different kind of expression which is happening in your painting, and there is markups, maps. Can't miss that.
It's going to be a connection for an interpersonal relationship in their life.
The painter is sitting next to me, and we are going to take a closer look at the paintings behind. Hi, I'm Jyoti Rai, and you're watching me on Ether Wire podcast. This interview is a different one because you don't get these guests anywhere, everywhere. And something common about this guest and the place where I shoot is common. I'm usually asked, why do I shoot in art galleries? I ask, why don't you shoot in art galleries? Why don't we shoot in art galleries? The perspective, the depth you get from shooting in these places is what I crave for. It gives a different setting to your story. It gives a narrative at a background which is silently sitting somewhere. And who gets to meet amazing painters otherwise? Of course, behind the paintings in art gallery, I have a very special painter. I think I would call her an artist because you don't know what will they do with their imagination. I think Venus will tell us what did she do with her imagination and why do she even paint? Venus, welcome to my first interesting interview with an artist art gallery where I'm shooting.
Thank you so much, Jyoti. I mean, it's a pleasure and I'm really grateful to invite me for this interview. Art is like passion and it's an oxygen for me. And when I go to my studio, it just flows. And I use various mediums, but I have worked with abstract expressionism, and the masters are Jackson Pollock and Mark Rothko, with whom I have looked and studied their work. And that is exactly what my paintings are. They are gestural, they are impromptu, and there are mark making which is happening. So I just pour the colors over there, but at the same time, I use scripts of Om. And that scripts of Om are in different languages. And for me, the language is not important, but it is that ancient text which relates to me, and the Om is the universal sound.
Wow.
So whenever I'm traveling, I just meet the people, talk to them, and understand their thought processes. And then I put it across in my art also. So it's like I'm connecting people through my work.
Wow.
So it's not something just an art piece which will be just hanging in the wall, but for a viewer or the audience, if they purchase this painting, it's going to be a connection for an interpersonal relationship in their life.
Outstanding. This is very interesting. An artist has no boundaries, and your paintings does show that you are trying to do something beyond imagination. There are stages of painting. I imagine and I create a world of my mind. There is a different kind of expression which is happening in your painting. As you said, there is markups. Somewhere I see maps. Somewhere I see embellishments. And yes, can't miss that Om.
Yeah.
And Om is written in a very different ways in every painting or some of the painting. What is that?
So Om is written in different languages. Like, it can be in Chinese, it can be in Japanese, Sanskrit, or any other text, form. And that is what I have researched and I've tried to put it there. For me, it is the connection of the people. So I use the scripts of Om to connect with people. And I'm using thumbprints of people, which I have photoshopped and then, use that to create my own fingerprint. But it's still the connection is there. It is the places where I've traveled. So I've used those maps, but I've not specified the maps. These are specifically like it could be Rome, it could be Paris, it could be India, anywhere. But it is the relation, and you create that particular map in your head and you say, okay, this is my connection to that painting, and you just love it.
Interesting perspective. So when we look at a painting, we see, it's a great piece of art that reminds me of history.
Hmm.
Then there are paintings that are, oh, great piece of art or a great piece of painting for enhancing the feminism. Okay, painting could be of different topics, so to say, could be on greed, it could be fear and stuff. When we look at your painting, there's a thought that the buyer of the painting is going to have, the viewer or the person who's appreciating your painting is going to have. What is one thing that you want to convey through your painting to this admirer of the painting? It is about foundation on
Funnel symphony for anybody. I'm a spiritual person, not religious. But so a lot of times people think, okay, oh, my paintings are all meditative and they are because they're scripts of Om. But it's not that. It is an conceptual abstract art and it has so much meaning in there. I use thread. And the thread is the reason is that you are actually connecting the gaps where we create the boundaries.
Awesome. Wow. And the embellishments that you have used is, what do they signify? The gold,
The gold leaf, what you're talking about. So yeah, because my spiritual connection, the gold leaf is used in a lot of temples, especially in Hindu scriptures and everything. So that is my connection.
Wow. Gold.
Yeah.
Wow. Outstanding. Now, this is my first conversation on a painting with Venus. And I guess now you get to know what you see behind during this shoot is a subtle, diffused paintings. The painter is sitting next to me, and we are going to take a closer look at the paintings behind. Thank you, Venus, for joining.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you would like to tell our viewers?
Please come to the gallery, have a look at the paintings, because what you see in photographs, it's not the same thing as what you actually will come and see over here.